Just take that in for a moment.
Yes.
That God is smiling on us right now. There's no finger pointing going on. All that judgment and condemnation that so often has been how people have described God. Our God is a generous God.
Yes.
And that smile is one of generosity. It's at the heart of God's character. That's who God is. And we are created in the image of God, and so we too are generous at our very heart. So we want to say thank you today for your generosity of your time, your talents, your financial support and gifts. And with that, we want to take a moment just to say thank you to all who made last night's Black History Month extravaganza an amazing opportunity. It was a powerful, powerful night of songs and hymns and spiritual songs and praise and rhythm and drums and dance brought together. Amazing night. And thank you for making that possible through your gifts.
And you can still catch that on demand. So go to the MCCDC channel. You can get there through mccdc.com, and you can catch the concert. It was a beautiful event, and so all of our ministries have worked so very hard to bring that and to present themselves to you. There's lots of different ways to be able to give. These are the logistics. There are QR codes in the sanctuary that you can put your device on. There's a giving station in the back. There's a QR code on the screen if you're online. These are the logistics of giving, and we thank you so very much for the gifts that you give to MCCDC family. And now we want to talk just a little bit about the impact that your gifts are making.
That's why we give, is to make impact in the world, and we are excited that as a community we're part of that. We'd like to invite Minister Madeline Long to come and be with us today. Come on up. We're so glad that you're with us. Now, you are a part of what God is going to do through Volunteers of America, MCCDC, and other partner organizations around the colloquium that is coming up on March 9th. It's going to be people of faith addressing gun violence. What it means is that people of faith are not going to just stay within walls and just pray the violence away.
Right.
We're going to act, we're going to do something, and this colloquium is about that. If you've not registered yet, do so. With us, Minister Madeline Long is one of the presenters, one of the speakers that day. First of all, why should people register for this event?
You know, when Reverend Jules asked me to participate, I think I was secretly thinking that the numbers were going to go down. I thought by March 9th,
right.
you know, we won't be here. Guys, it's the opposite. The numbers continue to go up, yet we're still struggling, and I'm going to say struggling, with registration. So, you know, I spent 7 years as a homicide chaplain. And one of the things I wish was that we had something like this. And I don't think you understand the impact of being a homicide chaplain. At that time, St. Louis, I was a homicide chaplain with the St. Louis Police Department. We were the first of its kind in the country, and that's when St. Louis was the murder capital. And we had between 3 to 4 funerals per week. It was 3 of us, 3 to 4 funerals per week. And then they decided to give me a promotion, because they found out that I had a background in domestic violence. So I became the domestic homicide and child abuse chaplain. So that means that I was presiding over children that were murdered, mothers that were murdered. So when I think of a colloquium like this, it's important.
Yeah.
It's very important because people of faith have to come together.
Yes.
We can no longer expect the government to solve a problem that we can solve in our communities.
Yes.
We've got to stop putting it in the hands of the government and saying it's their responsibility. The Bible says, if my people who will call by my name will humble, seek, and do what?
Pray.
and turn from your wicked ways, he will hear and heal the land. The land is the way it is because we have yet to come together on one accord. Everyone has a different agenda. But what I love about Volunteers of America and love about being here, because again, I'm going to just kind of step over for a moment. Reverend Jules brought me here. When I came in here, there were baby beds all in the sanctuary. You know what that said? This is a church that is doing more than Sunday.
Yep.
We have got to get back to that. We have got to get back to where we are our sisters and our brothers' keepers. We are no longer one. God said we need to be on one accord. So when you ask me, Pastor, about why, my why is because I can't do anything that I don't include the community.
Yeah.
I am a servant. And I love that Reverend Jules has made it almost impossible for you not to participate. You know Reverend Jules, you know she's going to grab everyone to make them a part of it.
Yeah.
But she didn't have to twist my arm too much because I believe if we had something like this in St. Louis when I was doing it, I do believe, because that's preventative. We have got to stop being reactive and being more preventative. I believe that prevention could have saved a lot of the mothers, because I can't not remember the wailing of a mother that has to bury her child. So I saw my share of drive-bys. I know what it's like to go to the scene with one of my detectives and see blood all over from a child that went out for Christmas. Just wanted to hang out with his friends and was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Came home from college, so he didn't get to go back to school. So these are the stories that I will live with forever, but God didn't have me to have those stories if it wasn't for a reason. It was for such a time as this. And if we are to do this, we have to do it.
Yeah.
We have to tell somebody that they need to register for the colloquium on March 9th. Please do not expect the load to be for Volunteers of America or MCCBC. You have a responsibility. Turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor, she's talking about me. She's talking about me. I want you to pick up the phone today and to call your friends, your family, call the churches, because that's who we all need to start reaching out to. We can't expect it to be for one person. And I just want to thank MCCBC, because we needed a home. You can put your hands together for it. We needed some place to have it and to host it, and you opened the doors. That speaks volumes for the church. And so on the 9th, I want to see this whole room packed. And if it's not packed, if you come, I want you to feel some kind of way. I want you to feel like I could have picked up the phone. I could have called somebody. It's our responsibility to save our community. Not put that on police chief, on the mayor. That's a cop-out. God says, if he be for us, what? Who can be against us? Thank you.
Thank you. Powerful why. Amen.